Give a little Because you can't drink and talk at the same time.
Leave the conversation to us and order another beer.
You're listening to Texas's live
Midday
beer-centric show, Liquid Lunch.
Liquid Lunch.
With producer Perry,
Kennedy and Schaumburg. Here are your hosts,
Catherine Contreras,
and Josh Stewart.
Hooray! Hip hip hooray! Hooray for beer!
What's up, Catherine? We're back.
Thursday.
It's Thursday and we're back.
Yay, we're back.
from. Josh is finally back from vacation.
I know. Well, for a couple.
Lazy mofo.
I know, for a couple of weeks. So we'll see how this thing goes. Year number two. Hold on.
Yeah.
There you go.
Number
Oh,
twos.
teaser there, Kennedy.
Sorry, wrong button.
If you're watching the live feed. All right. So chock full of beery goodness today, Catherine. First of all, that's Catherine from San Antonio,
Yes.
the greatest co-host anyone could hope to have.
The co-hostess with the mostest.
Say that. That's silly.
Yeah. No. Of course.
You guys like this hair? Look at this. This is. I don't know what's happening here.
Can
but
you do the
long
whole
hair.
like whip it forward, like the hair, the shampoo commercial? Yeah.
Well, no, because it hasn't been shampooed. That's why
Oh.
it's like this.
And glad that she's in San Antonio.
Did you hear that? It's
Yeah.
like I've been Iraq. Jason's building me a podcast studio in the garage because he wants this to be very Mark Maron, which is awesome.
Is he really?
Except that yeah, he's building me one in the garage because he's the best person to ever live, and I love him. But it still has trash cans in it, so that's not going to work. And also, there's not a lot of ventilation in here, so I'd open the garage door, but I'm using it because he's doing it. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I'm using it to show my love and appreciation.
Okay.
But there are birds chirping and cars driving by.
Okay. Well, you know what? It's a work in progress. It's a work in progress,
It
and
is a work in progress.
we anticipate seeing the finished result. Jason,
Finished
craftsman.
project. I have a mini fridge, you guys,
Oh, that's a beautiful thing.
with beer glasses on top of it.
Excellent. Now let me ask you this: is Jason wearing like a tank top and got his tool belt on, and he's got a little glisten?
Like a wife beater.
Yeah, got like a glisten of
it's
sweat,
very La Bamba.
and he's taking like Diet Coke breaks, and you're all like, "Ugh."
Yeah, and he's like, he pours it just a little bit over the side,
dribbles
and
down his
goes
chin.
like that with his hair. Mhm.
Yes.
All that.
All right. Well, there's the wide shot. You see to my left, that's Kennedy, newly shaved.
Freshly shaved.
Steve, I
head.
like that Aryan Nation thing you're going for,
Oh,
Kennedy.
that's not really what I was going for. But
What?
thank
Why did you choose to go with that particular look?
You really want the story?
Yeah, let's say it real quick.
Okay,
It's a
really
good thing.
quickly. I had a couple of family members that recently have lost their hair due to various illnesses.
Oh, well, now I feel like shit. Thank you.
One being a brain tumor and the other one being chemotherapy. So just a little support for
That's
the family.
very.
Yeah, much love, and prayers and good thoughts
I
to your
have
family.
not joined the Aryan Nation.
No,
No,
they wouldn't have.
nothing like that.
I mean,
I mean, yeah, they wouldn't want me.
They wouldn't have you anyway.
a neck tattoo wouldn't be bad.
That
Really?
Can we put Liquid Lunch, like the logo, our new logo that we're coming up with, right on the side of your
Yeah.
neck?
Oh, you want to shave it in?
No, on your neck, like a tattoo.
Oh, a
No,
tattoo?
on your neck.
No.
We're looking for
Tattoo,
commitment.
yeah.
No.
No Mike Tyson, where it's going to be on the face or anything.
Maybe.
Like that.
There you go. That
Ooh.
voice right there that you just heard, that's Tim.
Yes.
Tim Foley from, and look at him at the bar.
He's at our bar.
The Liquid Lunch bar.
Yeah.
Shade Texas Craft. You've seen him all over the internet. It says North Texas. Are you in North Texas right now? You're north of where you normally are.
Yeah, I'm north of where I normally am.
Oh, those are the breweries?
Maybe I need to work on this a little more.
We'll figure it out. It's year two. It's year two. We've got a ticker.
You could put near Texas because Galveston isn't really on Texas.
Oh, that's true. You're kind of floating out
But
there.
near Texas.
But you've seen his work all over there. You've seen him do Hoppy Happenings for the coast.
Yes, we're very happy to have a Gulf Coast correspondent.
Yes.
Are you hoppy or happy?
We're hoppy.
Oh.
Oh. All right.
Sorry.
All right.
Sorry, that
Yeah,
was terrible.
No, you and Kenneth, the puns. We've reached capacity, Catherine. And then another very special guest, Charles. Can we pick him? Can we take him full screen? Is it going to work?
We can. Look at that.
Yeah, Charles from his
Yeah.
Yay.
Yeah.
from his office and right here in Cyprus, Executive Director, Texas Craft Brewers Guild.
This
Sale-
office looks a lot like your office, like the studio.
A little bit. Oh, maybe it's so. Let's see. I think you're like 5 minutes east of here. No, west of
Yes.
here.
East of there.
Okay, so
Yeah.
we could call yours the Liquid Lunch Studio East.
There we go.
Really?
Anyway,
I like how adult your office looks, Charles.
It is very adult looking, isn't it? It's
Oh.
very clean, clean lines.
We can compare the two. This.
I
Wait,
moved all the trash out of the room earlier, so it wouldn't look like.
Oh, that's good.
if the interview goes long enough, the pile will come down in the background. But
You see right over here, it looks like crap.
well, Charles, we got a big event coming up in just under 2 months. We are now into August, and we're excited to help support, 1, Texas Craft Beer, and 2, the Texas Craft Brewers Guild, and 3, the Texas Craft Brewers Festival. So you're here to talk all about it, and to I like the look at his shirt. Can you take his shirt? Look at the badge. That's we're able to take it.
Oh, there we go. Is that it? Yeah.
Nice. Oh yeah, you got to get up over the ticker.
Hold on.
There's a little
There
bit
we
of
go.
a.
There we go.
Okay, nice. Look at that, Texas Craft Brewers Guild. Strong, strong.
It's all about branding.
Yeah, it is. Let me ask you this, Charles. How long has the Texas Craft Brewers Guild been a thing?
8 years. Last month. 8 years long. I've been with the guild 5 years, and we're here to support Texas craft beer. We have about 240 member breweries. Almost 200 of those are in operation. The rest are in planning. So we have planning breweries, guys that can come and meet other brewers, and then obviously a lot of the operating breweries throughout the state.
Okay, let me since you bring up new breweries, let me ask you this. As I've been cyber stalking people on my vacations and whatnot, Catherine, I've noticed that right here in our area, Charles, that I want to say like 4 or 5 breweries have popped up. If you call our area from like Katy over to 249,
Yep.
just in the last few weeks.
Yep.
So I'm not imagining.
No, you're not. There's breweries popping up. We had a brewery and planning member join yesterday, and when I was processing the application, the address is in my neighborhood. It's like a block away.
Yeah.
I don't know this gentleman, but yeah, he's someone in my neighborhood down the street has joined the guild to open a brewery in the Cypress area. So we get all those kinds of things all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, it's okay. So I know now to be a member of the guild, do you have to have any licensing or anything like that, or can you just say I'm going to open a brewery and then join up?
We prefer that you have started a business plan, and that we don't want it to be just somebody has an idea, right? They should have some work. They should have scoped out the opportunity, be looking at a location, and be working on a business plan.
I guess that's why my application was denied. Catherine.
There you go. Yeah.
I'm just looking for
You
friends.
can't write it in crayon.
Listen, it was.
Yeah.
I thought it was a professional color. I thought that the silver would really pop off the black paper, but oh well. You live and you learn. So around here, I know that right down the street, I know licensing is for Wicked Boxer, which is literally, I could walk there and probably still be within Wi-Fi range of my house. That's how close.
Wow.
Yeah, we've got, let's see, Twisted Acre.
Twisted Acre,
Yeah. What else did I see? There's one out in Katy that just got their...
What is it? Well, there's Fullbrook. I think Fullbrook Ale Works. Is that out there? And then there's one that's like another sheep brewery.
Yeah, sheep.
I can't remember what it's called.
Sheepwood.
Something like that.
Street, sheep. I
I
don't
haven't
know.
heard of that one. Yeah. Yeah.
They just got their national...
Their TTB.
TTB,
Okay.
yeah. So they said a long ways to go, but this is a big step, which it is. I mean, that's, it's a piece of paper that says, Uncle Sam will let you do that.
Yep.
So, so 8 years. How many breweries did you say are part 240?
240 membership, about almost 200 of those operating.
Okay. And so that's, like, as far as percentage of how many breweries there are total in Texas and how many are part of the guild, that's a pretty big. Is that like all of them?
No, it's definitely not all of them. It's a good number, but the finding the licenses through TABC is an elusive thing. It's and people will get licenses and never actually brew, which is always interesting. But we think we're in the 70 to 80% connect rate throughout the state. We'd love to be able to reach out more to, in a lot of rural areas, there's small brew pubs that, they maybe have almost virtually a homebrew system, but they're brewing a little bit of beer in their pizza joint or whatever. It's hard for us to reach those guys, but we welcome them with open arms. if they want to get involved in the legislative work we do, regulatory work, that stuff.
So that was going to be my next line of questioning. What exactly does the Guild do? And you've been a big part of trying to push beer freedom and that sort of thing in the state of Texas and get things more free, get that beer
Right.
out to more people more easily.
Right.
Which, we've had mixed results like this last legislative session.
Not a great session.
No.
Yeah.
But, I mean, what can you do? You don't have dump trucks full of gold with gold-plated rims that are just left in the driveway of politicians. Is that a 4-box?
That's what I've been working on this whole time.
You left yourself out there, bro.
Well, there's 4 boxes.
That's it? That's all we have capacity for 4 boxes?
Dude, it took me.
No, it's fine.
It took me like 10 minutes to
Nobody
set this
sells
up.
a 5-pack.
Yeah.
That's true. So we're a high ABV
Yeah.
I give
Company.
5 packs as gifts all the time.
because you steal it.
Somebody drink that one.
Yeah. What was mine? He's distracting me. No, that looks good. I think any more boxes, it would start to get like Hollywood Squares type. So I think we're good.
You know how long? This is a pain in the ass.
Well, you did a good job, man.
Well, thank you.
Okay.
I just had to sit on a shot of Charles for like
Yeah.
10 minutes.
Okay. No problem.
We're good now. We're good now.
People love Charles.
We
They
can
want-
start the show now.
Okay. Now,
Music.
one thing I've always been really curious about, Charles, when I do Interbrews interviews for the past 5 years, not to shameless plug right there that we've been 5 years doing the podcast, and then just doing this show, I hear about the Brewers Guild meetings, and
Right.
I've never been able to weasel my way into one, but I hear epic stories. They're always at a brewery. It's a whole bunch of brewers coming up and hanging out. Can you give any insight into what happens into these meetings? Is there a tidbit, any little snippet, a nugget
Sure.
of information?
Yeah, I mean, I can talk about them. We do them in 4 regions of the state. They happen monthly. We rotate between breweries, and it's a members only activity. But we invite the brewery members come out. We also have allied trade members who are suppliers to the guild. Right? We have grain suppliers, equipment suppliers, people that do maintenance on either like chillers or things like that. We have branding companies. We have attorneys and accountants. And so every month we get together, and it's really kind of a happy hour. Some regions do things a little differently. I'm happy to say the North Texas guys, for example, are very particular about making sure they have an education presentation.
Uh-huh.
You can't have beer for you got to have a
gotta
little
earn-
education thing before you
gotta earn
earn
it.
your beer.
Yeah.
We're a little bit more casual. I tend to run the Houston one. We have different people run different regions. I tend to run the Houston one, and it's mainly, have a beer, get to know everybody, and then occasionally I give guild updates, and maybe we have a guest who gives a 5 to 10 minute presentation. But it's very, very casual.
Cool. That sounds like fun. Because beer folk are always awesome, right? Then they're just cool.
Yeah. Sometimes, though, they need to be beer folk, just with beer folk letting their hair down a little bit. And that's what we try to provide.
Okay, that's good. All right, now, rumors are there any robes involved, like long robes or torches? Any of that?
There's headgear, but no robes.
Okay.
It's members only, so you have to have the jacket, right?
Yeah, is there a jacket? What about that? Is there or a pin?
I would know, but if I'll let you look it up. But if we could wear the jacket that Austin Beer Works wore to JBF a few years back, we'd all be winners.
Okay.
They've got a smoking jacket, and it said "classy" as something on the back, and it was great.
Oh, Catherine, I bet you. Sounds
Well,
like
I have that jacket
Yeah.
in my closet.
she lives it. That's her motto, her credo.
Exactly.
What's the difference between a credo and a motto? Do anybody know?
No idea.
She got a-
It's probably-
Credo?
it's very similar, I would think.
Yeah, nuance. It's like porter and stout. There's a difference, but sometimes it takes too much to get into those details for the capacity of this show at this moment. Maybe a long form show. Anyway, what about a secret handshake? Any secret handshakes? Passwords?
No.
He can't tell us that stuff.
No.
You know this.
No hazing, no like driving up in vans, abducting people, taking them to another location.
Yeah, I haven't seen that much. Yeah, it could happen.
That's more of a hobby.
Yeah.
It's more,
Yeah,
The initiation ceremony, that's got to be in the background. I'm sure they don't want to share any of the details of that.
Right? Maybe we're asking too much. Maybe it's too much. Maybe we're overstepping our bounds. But we really do appreciate all the work that the guild does and just
Thanks.
the collaborative nature of Texas craft beer. Speaking of collaborative, there's a big party. I guess it's early part of when does fall start? Like September 20th,
In
19th?
Texas, I think that's December.
I'm not talking. Yeah, I know, but like by the calendar,
I think it's somewhere around there.
like
It's
the
end of-
19th or 20th. It's
yeah.
the equinox, fall.
It's
When
always
you have
around the
equal
20th,
time,
like the 20th through the 25th, somewhere
equal
around there.
light and dark, and we
Yeah.
finally give over to the dark.
Vernal equinox. Yep.
Yeah. So the big
Autumnal.
kickoff.
Sorry, autumnal.
Yeah, the big kickoff to that party, to that fall party, the cooler weather that would be here just months following, is the Texas Craft Brewers Festival in Austin. That is going to be what, September 30th?
September 30th, and new this year we have a special Friday night event called Partners in Craft. It's a small event with brewers doing offering collaboration beers. It might be a collaboration with another brewery. It might be a collaboration with an artist. It might there's a brewery coming with a collaboration with an artist and have special cans. Some breweries will do collaborations with food vendors. So there's some collaborative craft focus to all the beers that we offered. So that'll be Friday night. Just a small little get together, and then Saturday is the big festival with approximately 5,000 people.
Oh, 5,000 of your closest friends, Catherine.
Exactly. Yeah.
We're going to be there. I think
We
everybody
are going to be there.
on this whole talk, we're all going to be there. And
Pretty exciting.
yeah, we'll see if there's any initiation parties. Maybe we'll come up with some initiation. Maybe we'll get that jacket out, Catherine.
There you go.
Maybe.
Because
Maybe that will be all that Kennedy's allowed to wear that week.
how long is that jacket? Is it like one of those barely past the waist kind of thing?
It's just long enough, but yet short enough as well.
Does anybody really want to see me in that jacket?
Well,
Yes.
Oh boy.
all right. So tickets are on sale now
Yes.
for the festival. Go ahead and grab those. Ooh, look at that, Fiesta Gardens. Did you get that shot? Was that you? Did you climb up on like a water tower and
I flew.
you flew?
Yes.
Okay, excellent. Way to.
You must be looking at our drone shot.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Yeah.
That's
I'll
an
quit
awesome shot.
spoiling it. They thought I actually flew.
No, yeah, that was right. You had
Sorry.
to spool. So is that from last year? I'm
Yes.
guessing. How is the number the same as far as breweries participating and the grounds and everything?
It is same location, same number of breweries, different breweries, but same number of breweries. We love the location. We are a little landlocked there, and so we are kind of limited to how many breweries we can bring in. We actually have a wait list of members who'd still like to come join us. We'd love to expand, but we love being in the center of Austin, having free parking in the area. So it's hard to beat the location, and so we're going to keep making it work as long as we can.
Okay.
But we are getting bigger, and we sold out VIP tickets this year in 36 hours, where previous years, like last year, it took a week to sell out VIP. Before that, about 2 or 3 weeks. So it's getting a lot of notice, and we encourage people to get tickets early.
Yeah, for real. And come hang out with us because we'll be there. We do have a link. Do you have that anywhere? Did I give that to you?
No.
I need to look it up. I made one.
You may have given it to me. I don't have
It's our link to their link. It's liquidlunchshow.com/ I think it's Texas Craft Brew Fest or Texas Brew.
Let's put it on the list.
Yeah, sorry. I was going to be like, all right, we'll have one and we'd see who's listening and clicking through. I
Yeah.
fumbled that ball, Catherine. Sorry.
Sorry.
Well.
We failed you, Catherine.
Yep.
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So September
day.
30th, and we'll be promoting the bejesus out of that here because we want everybody to come join the party because that's kind of
Awesome.
it's the biggest party in the state, I think. Beer
That's
party.
all Texas.
It's all
Can't
Texas.
beat that.
Yeah, you can't. Speaking of can't beating it, Tim, excellent segue. I want to get everybody's opinion on the news this morning out of San Francisco via Japan. Sapporo, is it Sapporo or Sapporo? Sapporo.
Yeah.
Okay. Bought out Anchor Brewing Company, the oldest craft brewery in America. And I'm
Sad day.
drinking I guess it's my final. I think it's my final because it's the last one in my refrigerator, right? There weren't any more in there, Tim?
That was the only one I saw.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm drinking my final Anchor Steam beer, Catherine.
Sadness.
Yeah,
I
when-
mean, I feel like every time this happens, I'm still sad, but I'm less shocked.
Yeah.
Like, okay.
Well, this one's a little different. I don't know. Okay, so I was reading an article from the San Francisco Chronicle, and they were saying how Fritz Maytag, who was I guess one of the biggest pioneers of American craft beer, I guess it's the craft beer movement, when he bought Anchor Brewing and revamped it and did everything, and then eventually moved the brewery. He sold it back in 2001 or 6 or 4 or 91. It was somewhere. Don't quote me on this. The point is he sold it a while back to an investment group, and then the investment group is now who sold it to Sapporo.
Sapporo.
You want me to write it down?
No, I don't. They have the dragon on the thing, right? Is that their beer with the dragon on it? Is it?
I think that's
Ichiban?
I think that's Ichiban.
That's
I
a
was
different
good.
one.
I think so.
Oh, that's Kieran.
Yeah.
Yes.
No, my bad. I stick with that craft, yo. But
Are there Japanese craft beers?
Oh
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Actually, Japan
Really?
and they emulate the American scene a lot. They have like American bars in Japan.
Yeah,
and
Baird Brewing is one of the best craft brewers in Japan. They make an IPA that's out of this world.
Yeah. They so Charles, I want to get your opinion on this. We had the Texas version of this when Carbach got bought out. I mean, is this just one of those inevitable things that happens with craft growing and economies changing and that sort of thing?
Absolutely. I mean, beer, the whole category of beer is down. The growth opportunity is still in craft. So you're going to have a lot of the large multinational breweries target craft breweries. This one particularly saddens me. I brought Fritz Maytag out to the Dixie Cup back in 1998 as a guest speaker. So, I have a particular fondness for Anchor. It's unfortunate, but it's a sign of the market. I'll just go off on a little tangent here that our legislature didn't help us with that this year. Not that we want to see breweries sell out, but we certainly scared off any investment, good or bad investment, in the state of Texas with our somewhat irrational legislative activity that happened this year with the taproom legislation. So it's unfortunate.
I wonder, now this is totally speculation on my point, because I don't know economics. This may come as a shock to you, but I don't read up and study a lot on economic issues. But it seems to me that the model, the middle guys are kind of taking it. They either have to pick to be bought out, or they're like New Belgium was having some issues with their numbers being down and some things like that. And Sierra Nevada, those guys that they're national, or maybe not all the way now. That's a hard push to compete with the big guys, but then also on the other side to be able to be as nimble as the little guys. Seems to me like it's tough to be in the middle these days.
Well, do you think it's due to, somebody maybe not knowing that they're still a craft brewery? I mean, because if you can find it anywhere you go, I mean, some people will say, oh, well, they must have gotten bought out.
That might be a little bit of it, but I think the biggest thing is there's so much good local stuff. For me, I don't know if you guys are as big into the local as I'm assuming everybody here is big into. Everybody, show of hands.
I think that's why we do this.
Oh yeah, that's right. But
Wouldn't it be funny if we just had a surprising amount of Bud Light fans that watch the show?
Yeah, it would be. I would chuckle. But there's just so much new beer and local beer and close beer that it's not that I don't love Sierra Nevada Pale Ale. It's a great beer, right? Anchor Steam is a delicious beer. As I drink it, it's a yummy, delicious beer. But I mean, to get around to it at the grocery store, when you go into the H-E-B over here, you go into Specs, and you're like, I just want to try what they're doing. What's their whole deal? We're just, we only have one liver and so much time, and to get around everything, it's tough. And I think there's a lot of people that maybe approach it that way. Yeah. So I don't know. I mean, and I try to go back and try, like I call them legacy beers, like Sierra Nevada Pale Ale, and I considered
Oscar Blues Dale's Pale Ale. is
yeah,
one of
yeah,
mine.
absolutely. It's a legacy beer where it like kind of started the movement. It'll be interesting to see how all those breweries do, kind of in this new secondary, third, fourth, whatever wave we're in. That's gonna be a tough one because they're not as they got big, and like Dogfish Head, they're still. I see them a lot. I think I see them more now, like advertising and stuff. But I don't know. You know, it's like they're not local, but I still love them. But I spend a lot of time drinking local, so.
Right.
And I don't get up to Delaware a whole lot, Catherine. I don't.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's one of those. Anyway. Okay. Any other thoughts? I've kind of hogged the mic.
Well, you are the host.
Co-host.
No,
What?
yeah.
I just want to add. I think it's
I-
up to. I think it's up to those breweries to stay relevant with really innovative new products, right? And if they do keep developing new and interesting beers, people will find those beers. Mm-hmm. It's great to have the mainstays, right? The Sierra Nevada Pale Ales, but they've got to also have, and I think that Sierra Nevada, for example, is doing a great job of that. Doing things like Beer Camp. We worked with them on Beer Camp recently in Austin. So they're out there reaching the market and trying to stay relevant. It's going to be a lot of work, but it's what they have to do.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a whole nother deal. Catherine, what were you going to?
No, I was just going to say that I agree with you that I am one of those local beer shoppers, and I will pass up the bigger or the more widely known beers to get the more niche local ones.
I like that word. Niche.
Niche.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a fancy word.
It is a fancy word. All right. Well, I think that brings us to the end of this segment. And now we'll make an interesting transition. And Charles,
how so?
Well, I'm going to try to do more spoken word ads here for our sponsors and whatnot. But Charles, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank you.
And we greatly appreciate it. The Texas Craft Brewers Guild doing the Lord's work, getting the word out there about delicious Texas craft beer. And the Texas Craft Brewers Festival on September 30th, 2017 in Austin. Get your tickets today. Join the party. Join us at Fiesta Gardens in Austin, Texas. And
man, it looks like such a beautiful day out there.
We've decided to do a beer dunking booth, so come dunk Josh and Kennedy.
And Catherine.
Great.
All the co-hosts.
Kennedy in his jacket and the jacket alone.
Yes.
Of course.
That'll be it. So
Yeah. Sure to be a crowd pleaser.
yes.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Well, thank you, Charles. And you
Thanks.
have a wonderful day. And again, the invitation is open anytime you want to come hang out.
I'll do that.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
Right here.
You could even stop by the studio.
You could. We have a beer fridge.
Yes.
Sounds good.
All
Thanks,
right.
guys.
Bye. Bye, Charles. Charles Ballard.
Bye.
All right. I think I did that bad.
Poor Charles.
Val-
Just, he just
Valorant.
wants to go.
Valorant.
Charles is good.
How did he
I
told
think he
me?
said Valenrot.
Valorant? I don't know. Can't.
You know what? He probably gets that all the time.
Does he?
People screwing up his last name.
Yeah, probably. Did I bring down the right mic? Catherine, did I bring down the right mic?
Poor guy.
What do you mean? Oh, I don't know. Am I still here?
No, you're still good. Okay, good.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, good. All right. So now here's where I do,
Immediately?
huh?
Uh-oh.
No, yeah.
Are we doing this?
No. I want to just talk to Catherine for a second.
Oh, what's up?
I don't know what's up.
Hello there, Josh.
I'm stalling.
Right.
I'll pill something.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
Before it
When
crashed?
he realized.
Yeah, like it crashed literally right after, probably like
Well,
a
it
minute
probably
after
had
you hung
something to
up.
do with him disconnecting, I would assume.
Maybe.
Maybe. I didn't think. Yeah, maybe.
Could have.
Maybe.
Maybe we need more computers. We've only got 5.
Boy, man.
I've got a computer stacked on top of a computer, Catherine.
Man, we had a lot. We were having a lot of live views too.
Were we? Well, now we're back up. We're on the audio, so we got 0 listeners, but now we're actually streaming there. And I was going to promo one of those, but let me know.
But you have to wait till we have some listeners.
Yeah, so you know what? I'll pull up this website here. What was that? Are you by?
There's a car driving by my garage.
Do you live like by a racetrack?
Mm-hmm.
It sounded
I live in the racetrack.
Oh, like in the what do they call it? The infield?
Mm-hmm.
Or right in the center, because they don't really use that center part of the racetrack.
That's the
for a lot.
infield. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
I like my home to be like surrounded by a lot of white people, and like cut off blue jean shorts. It's important to me.
I think that's a swipe at NASCAR.
I mean, I'm just saying.
I'm not a
But I
NASCAR
heard.
fan, but I think you're right. I think you're spot on. So now what? Let me know when we're back. It's gonna take a while.
1 second.
How are the kids? When are they back in school, Catherine?
My kids go back on the 11th of August, so next Friday.
Oh wow, that's early.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really. The thing is like I'm like in a weird place because like I'm ready for them to go back because I'm bored and I'm hungry. It's been like on loop all summer.
Yeah.
You're hungry.
But at the same time, I don't want to get up early because if they don't go to public schools, then I have to drive like downtownish to get them there.
She's got that private school money.
Oh.
I don't know.
Yeah, no, I don't. It's not. It's the charter school.
Her kids are on scholarship.
Yeah, they're Goodwill.
Smart kids. How you like them apples? That's
They like
all
them
day,
apples.
all day long. Yeah, that's funny. I mean, rough around the edges, but super brilliant and a good heart. Once
Right.
they finally figure out it's not
Really
their fault.
unrealistic, but it's a good movie.
Are y'all like every day? It's not your fault. It's not your fault.
Not your
And then
fault.
tears.
It's not your fault. No, I know it's
All right.
I know it's not
We're
my fault.
back.
Yeah. Are we back?
No.
Yeah, we're back.
Oh.
Oh.
I mean, hey, welcome back to Liquid Lunch, everybody. Hopefully you enjoyed our interview with Charles Valrant. I think I said that right. Sorry, Charles. I'll get it right eventually. But he's the executive grand poobah of the Texas Craft Brewers Guild. And we were talking about the Texas Craft Brewers Festival on September 30th. Are you sure we're good?
Yeah, we're good. Man, we were up to like close to 300 views on that.
Well, way to go, Kennedy.
Yeah, way to go. We'll blame you. But that's, you know what?
I'm blaming your network.
Okay. I don't think it was my network.
No, I got to blame somebody because I know it wasn't my fault.
True. It looks like your battery's almost out, is what it looks like.
No, hold on.
Look
there,
like-
there we go. How's that?
All right. So Tim Foley's with us, Shade Texas Craft, the blog, the movie. Is there a movie coming out? Is that still in the works?
We're working on it. There's a lot of production problems right now, but
Yeah.
we're getting it going.
Who's playing you? Are you playing yourself?
No, I'll have the guy from what is it? What's the show? That 70s show. What's his name? Topher Grace.
Oh, yeah.
Everybody says I look like him. I don't see it, but
No, I could see it. Maybe. Who would play Kennedy? Not that he needs, it would be a very bit part, maybe post credits, like to tease the next movie. So like in the
Red?
Huh?
Would I be Red?
Red? What do you mean? Red.
What movie are you talking about?
Shade Texas Craft the movie.
Russian? You want to be Russian?
Yeah, are you Russian?
we do.
Now what I'm
Oh,
saying.
you're talking about Topher Grace. I was thinking that 70s.
Oh,
yeah.
no. What I'm saying is if we do Texas beer media, like the universe, like the, like with Marvel,
Oh, who's going to be me?
who plays you in the
I thought when you were saying red, I thought you were talking about from Shawshank Redemption.
it's close. If you squint.
yeah.
To me, it's pretty obvious who's going to play me.
Who?
Brad Pitt.
No.
I mean, we sort of look the same.
Maybe from what's the movie where he ages in reverse or whatever?
Benjamin Button.
Yeah,
Benjamin
at the
Button.
beginning of Benjamin Button, maybe.
You're the fetus form of Benjamin Button.
Yeah,
Kennedy.
he's the wrinkly old ass. That's what he is. Catherine, who plays you?
Hey, can we go to
Well-
commercial break now?
My
In a moment.
God.
Please.
My whole life, people have told me that I look like Tori Spelling, which is the worst.
Tori Spelling.
Worst.
You don't look like Tori
The
Spelling.
worst. Thank you. Thank you, Josh.
Who would play?
Julia Roberts.
No, well, maybe.
Like 20 years ago,
you
Julia
can't.
Roberts.
You need somebody now, though. All right.
I'm too old to be with anybody cool. So.
Say something like do a line from a movie.
Don't tell me to mute the mic.
Oh, you're pulling. Oh, that's why you needed us to do that.
Huh?
Is that why you needed us
there,
to?
There.
Okay, that's why you needed us to go to break for that. We're there now.
Sort of.
Because I would have had to say this episode is brought to you by the Grain Cellar, everybody. Humble, Texas's premier homebrew shop, Preston, is got everything you need for brewing, winemaking, distilling, fermenting, your supplies, your equipment. Open Tuesday through Sunday. They're closed on Monday because he needs a little reprieve to rest his brilliant mind to come up with new recipes and approaches to home beer and wine and distilling and all that stuff. Cheese. Yeah. Anything you want and need to make it home, your crafts. They do lots of classes, Catherine. And you know what?
I know. I love that about that.
And you know,
And they're free.
They're-
Am I right?
yes, you took
Am I
literally took the words right out of my mouth. That's
What's better than a free cheese making class?
I don't know,
Nothing.
a free cheese eating class. After
That is every Sunday at Central Market.
yeah,
in San Antonio.
after, and anyway, Preston is just a hell of a guy. Right now, he has a special deal going. He doesn't know this, but I'm throwing it out there. That
Oh, I'm sure he loves it.
When you-
Buy one franchise, get one franchise free.
No, close. When you go to the Grain Cellar and walk in and say, "We love Liquid Lunch," you get a free hug. Free hugs all day long, and no
That's priceless.
no limit. You can say it
Now
more
you
than
have
once.
to go take him a huge thing of hand sanitizer.
Kennedy's on it. We make Kennedy carry around the hand sanitizer. But
All right.
the Grain Cellar helping bring Liquid Lunch to you each and every Thursday live with all the crazy technical stuff that Canon does happen. So
Thank you, Preston.
Yes.
Thank you, Green Cellar.
open until 7 o'clock today. You can get your gear and your ingredients ready for the weekend. Tim, do you homebrew?
But more importantly, guys, get your friends together and go take some free classes.
Seriously.
Right?
Seriously. Can I squeak it anymore?
Like
Seriously.
if I lived in Houston,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
God forbid, I would get all my friends
Wait a
together.
minute.
Wait a minute.
That's what we would do.
Why? You've lived in Katy before.
You were Katie Proud at one
That's
point.
why I live in San Antonio now.
This is all boiled down to the.
Is it the water?
No, it's not the water. It's what's her face from the talent
It's the
show.
smell.
It's still the bitterness from the talent show.
And yeah, that's part of it too. Every time I cross into Houston, that's all I think about is how I lost the talent show.
You know what? You now have a
Really call it.
platform. If you want to sing,
Mm-hmm.
anytime,
Oh,
the floor is yours.
I'm just saying.
Okay.
It's unjust, but I lost, I'm sure.
Okay. Well,
Anyway, go to the Grain Cellar.
yeah. The Grain Cellar, Humble, Texas, 240 First Street West, Humble. Oh, First Street West, Humble, Texas. I did that wrong. I put the emphasis on the wrong syllable. Anyway, and free hugs when you say, "I love Liquid Lunch."
It happens. Shit happens.
All right. We'll be right back after the rest of this break. Puns. Puns!
Liquid Lunch is sponsored by Barbacoa Apparel. Barbacoa Apparel is a San Antonio-based independent clothing line that caters to Texans and Texans at heart. To find out more about Barbacoa Apparel or to buy your favorite taco tea, go to barbacoaapparel.com.
Hey, this is Kennedy. If you missed our show, not a big deal. Head over to our YouTube channel, Liquid Lunch on YouTube. Catch all the years, full HD.
Hey everybody, Josh here. Just want to say thank you so much for helping Interroos get to 5 years. That's right, we've hit 5 years, and I just want to say thank you for everybody that listened, subscribed, shared, enjoyed, laughed, and was a part of all of this. So this is what it's all about, just having great times with great people over great beers here in Houston and beyond. So hopefully 5 more years to come, thousands of episodes. We'll see. But anyway, thank you so much. Interroos is now 5. And our 100th episode with Brock Wagner, founder of St. Arnold, godfather of Texas craft beer. Yep, right there for you to enjoy. So Thank you very much. This is Interbrews.
Hey, Interbrews fans, how's it going? I'm Genghis.
I'm Ragman.
So, what do we got today, Paisan?
Well, we have one from Martin House Brewing Company out of Fort Worth, Texas. This is the Daybreak 4-grain breakfast brew, brewed with honey and milk sugar.
It would seem like that'd be a little heavy to start with the day, but
Well, it's not. It's a very light beer. It's 5% ABV. And I was thinking that we would do something maybe from Van Halen, up for breakfast. If you're drinking this beer, you put this on, I mean, maybe you're making eggs and bacon. I don't know what you're doing.
just scooting around the kitchen, boogieing.
You got a little Van Halen, your butter and your biscuits, you got your cream and your coffee, and you got your 4-grain Daybreak next to you.
Well, let's give a little toast here and
Cheers.
give our friends out there 2 big
Horns up.
Hey, this is Schomburg. And these are useless facts. They're useless. A family of ferrets is a business. A group of crows is a murder. Those people should name more shit. Like, because that is a business and a murder? Right? Hey, this is Schomburg. Hope you enjoyed those useless facts. Useless facts. Coming at ya. Coming at ya. They're useless.
Good day to all of you. Thank you for listening to Liquid Lunch, Texas's live midday craft beer show. I hope you've been enjoying it up to this point, and I hope you continue to enjoy the rest of the show. Please join us next week because we're going to do the show again. We do it every single week. Lots of Texas craft beer talk covering the entire state of Texas. Hoppy happenings, what you drinking, what you eating, all that good stuff that you come to know and love. So join the crew for Liquid Lunch right here. Same beer time, same beer channel. Now, more Liquid Lunch.
Hope you're ready for the next episode. Hey. Drink beer every day.
Do you love craft beer? Do you love to laugh? Then you'll love me. I mean, who doesn't? I'm Catherine Contreras, and I'm the host of the She's Crafty podcast, a comedy and craft beer show taped in San Antonio, Texas, home of the Alamo, breakfast tacos, and some of the best craft beer in the Lone Star State. You can download the She's Crafty podcast on iTunes, Google Play, and just about anywhere you find badass podcasts. Or just go to our website, shescraftypodcast.com.
Hey, this is Catherine Holler from Holler Brewing. Come and holler at us in the tap room.
Must be nice to have a name like Holler where you can just use that and all kinds of stuff, Catherine.
Holla.
Holla if you hear me. You know what I'm saying?
Know what I'm saying?
Know what I'm saying? That would be my last name if I could change it. Know what I'm saying? We're back. Can you hear us?
We can.
Okay. Anyway.
We're back.
Okay, yeah, we are back. Welcome back to Liquid Lunch, everybody. Texas's live midday craft beer show. Joined live, Tim Foley.
Oh, by the way, in the
Hold on. Shade, TexasCraft.com. Your blog for all things Texas craft beer. I mean, you cover it all, right? That's
Yep.
what Shade. That's where Shade came from.
Yes.
The S stands for
San Antonio.
The A stands for
Austin.
No, wait, I missed the word. The H.
You missed the H for Houston.
Spelling not my strong suit. The H for Houston, the A for Austin, the D
For DFW.
The D.
The E for
Everything in between.
Nice, I like that. I like it, Catherine. Do we have?
Did we lose Catherine?
I hope not.
She's gone.
She gone. Shouldn't be. I still see her. Are we hearing her?
I don't think she's moving now.
Try it again. No, it's locked up.
No, she's back. I saw movement. I see movement. I see movement.
No.
Yeah.
Maybe
Maybe Jason cut
a cord or something
when he was building
the
studio,
the
San Antonio studio. We got notes. We got notes. She's writing something.
Is everybody watching?
Yeah. Let's see.
Let's see.
What does it say?
I don't know. We'll wait.
But anyway,
okay,
hold on.
Now that we're
waiting.
I can't.
What does that say?
I can
still hear you.
I can.
We can't hear you.
though.
What's
What's
up?
up?
I can still hear you.
Did you
mess anything up before we?
No, I didn't do anything.
You sure?
There's nothing I can't.
Did you mute your mic, Catherine? Maybe when you left during your break.
I can tell something's wrong. Look at that. We're getting a nice, clean, smooth feed.
Nice clean.
And now we're
Like a
Like a clean poo.
yeah. Now we're getting
like a little.
We're getting like a frame every 2 seconds.
Well, we'll keep battling on.
Eventually it'll clear up.
I'm sure.
I'm sure.
Yeah. So just keep your mic is up, Catherine. Anytime you're ready to say something. All right. Well, the segment that we normally do right off the top of the show.
You can just
There. Yep.
There she is.
like that.
There you go. And there she went.
Like that.
Like that. That's what we got. We got the like that. Pick your words carefully because we only hear every fourth one.
I know I'm pretty parched.
Okay. I know a hint when I hear one.
Yeah.
Here we go. Let's get into this thing we do called...
It's time for your favorite segment and mine here on Liquid Lunch. This is...
What you drinking?
And today we celebrate National IPA Day. Catherine. Hey.
Hey. Okay.
National IPA Day, I say. And we have, do I see 4 IPAs in front of us? The challenge is accepted.
You definitely see 3 IPAs.
I see 4.
And but by looking at that, how do you know that's an IPA?
Because Tim told me.
The shirt, actually, the Citramello shirt also says IPA.
It smells.
But then, the growler, I guess you just got to take my word.
Do we know if Mark listens to this show down in Galveston? You said you're working typically at this time, right?
Yeah.
And so you're not there to know. But I'm assume that Mark at Galveston Island, this is me name dropping Mark Dill also. You can actually go back and listen to Mark on Interbrews. It's like 2 years ago. So we're due. We're due to get back down there.
I think Catherine's writing us another note.
I think so. Let's see what happens. But anyway, Galveston Island Brewing Company right there, right off the beach, right there. Like you can see the water from the brewery, sort of, kind of, if you're on the roof.
Yeah, it's like if you're on Seawall Boulevard, close to 85th, and then you just kind of got to go down 1 block, and it's right there at Stewart Road.
I like that road. It's my favorite road in all of Galveston. And their beach.
So you're got to be a part owner of this brewery, right?
Yeah, I'm part owner of Galveston.
There you
It's
go.
like half mine. Everything from my road below it. That's it. I don't know. I'm sure I'm related in some way, shape, or form to the people that. Galveston, Catherine, Galveston. When was the last time you were in Galveston? It's been a long time. Right more no. Can you take her full? Because it's like stop motion animation.
Oh, that's how Charles was the
Make
whole time.
funny gestures, Catherine. It's really the funnier, the more you make, the more expressive you can be. It's like the old slideshows back from elementary school, the beep, and you did.
Yeah.
And then Catherine said, I don't know. I like to drink beer, but I haven't been to Galveston in a while. Yeah.
All right, let's drink.
Okay, so Citramello. Tell us about Citramello, Tim.
Citramello is an IPA by Galveston Island Brewing.
Yes.
If you do go on Untapped, it says American Pale Ale, but
It actually says American Pale Ale on their website too.
yeah, but if you go to the tap room, they are actually selling T-shirts of this logo, and it says IPA right underneath it.
and the can even says IPA on it.
Yeah, so it's I would assume.
But I did type up American Pale Ale just because that's what their website said.
Yeah.
Well, I don't know if it's an American Pale Ale or an India Pale Ale, or if
I'm willing to try.
It's
for any of the freshness snobs out there. This was canned yesterday, so this is as good as it's gonna get.
It smells amazing, which is great when you're in a room with Kennedy for a couple of hours, and it's.
I don't know how to take that.
I'm just saying.
I showered literally right before I came over here.
Did you use soap and water? Because
doesn't that make a shower?
Nope.
Is it not? How is it a shower if it doesn't involve soap and water, especially water?
Well, Just depends.
I mean, there's a golden shower that doesn't really involve water.
There you go.
Or soap.
There you go.
But I didn't have one of those.
Water
first.
byproduct, though, right?
We went there. Congratulations, us.
Well, we've gone 50 minutes without going there.
Yeah.
I thought something was wrong.
It was time.
Yeah.
It was time. This is a delicious beer. It's super, super fresh and bright and floral. Catherine, floral. I know you can hear us. So, do this.
Oh, wow.
Yeah?
Man.
Mm-hmm.
Good stuff.
Fresh IPAs. Is there anything better? There are things that may be just as good on a different note, but anything better? It's hard to name some. Hard to name any.
Pretty difficult.
What did you drink last segment? It was the art car, right?
Yes.
So that was the other thing we were drinking. Catherine, what are you drinking? Sign language it to us. What are you drinking there? Write it down.
Oh, by the way, Dowdy says Benedict Cumberbatch can play me.
What?
In the movie we were talking about before.
Who's that?
Benedict Cumberbatch.
Who's that?
Sherlock Holmes.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, hold on. Take Catherine full. That's a big bottle, Catherine.
Oh, hold on, Catherine.
Hold it back up.
Hold on,
Okay.
Catherine. Hold on.
Hold it back up. 5 Stone.
5 Stones.
Oh, yeah.
Is that the Aloha? No, wait. What is it? No, don't tell me. Something pineapple Aloha.
Yeah, was it Aloha Pina or something?
Pina.
Like
Pina, get in me. Pina, wanna drink ya. Pina Aloha.
Pinot Grigio?
Something. It's pineapple and other delicious things. I don't have it right. 5 Stone. Where are they at? It's not Cibola. Is it Cibola?
You might be. I know they're San Antonio area. I have no idea exactly where they actually are, but I want to say it's northeast.
Yeah, you made comment about all the pumpkin beers I have in my beer fridge, which is a lot. Because I have at least one Pumpkinator from every year they've had Pumpkinator.
You have more pumpkin beer than any person should ever own.
Well, I have a glut of pumpkin beer because somebody gave me, offloaded a bunch of pumpkin beer. I'm like, all right, I'll take it.
He also brewed some pumpkin beer.
I did. I haven't drank it in a long time, so you are more than welcome. It's a smoked pumpkin porter that's been sitting there since last pumpkin season. And then somebody's knocking on the door.
I wonder if it's Chad Parker.
Is it?
Maybe.
Do you see him? Crashing the show.
It's Charles, probably. He just came
over.
He's taking you up on the offer.
He did. Hey! Yep. Was it Chad? Things are falling apart here.
I invited him in because he dropped beer off.
Well, come on, you don't.
Oh, he brought some Southern Prohibition. Look at that.
All right, so come on. Is he coming in?
Yeah, he's coming in.
How do you still live in that town?
You're from Mississippi?
No, I lived there for about 15 months.
Hey, man.
Hey, what's up, Chad?
How
you going, man?
I just brought your beer.
Get on the mic.
Oh. No, I'll give him mine.
No, grab a chair.
Well, he's not on camera.
It's all right.
I'll get on this.
You don't need me on camera. I just stopped and say hello.
What are you up to?
What am I up to, man? You're talking weight, number of beers, punishment on the liver.
Yeah, well, all those things.
Above.
You're just out and about?
Actually, I am out and about. And Jeffrey, he's been asking me to get you. I said you broke up with me. You've been on vacation.
Mm-hmm.
I called you on vacation. I called you when you got back. I think you broke up with me.
I disconnected, man. I had to just get away.
He's on bended knee. Come on.
I am.
What did you bring?
This is all stuff from Jeffrey. This is a loyal listener of yours.
Oh, I know Jeffrey.
Of ours.
Yes.
He listens to both of our shows. But this is from
Hattiesburg.
Yeah. There, let me move this over here. This is from Southern Prohibition.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a variety pack. And if I remember correctly, one of these on here is a no label, as in it has no label on it. And I believe that's a Belgian triple.
Okay.
So,
nice.
Yeah. So a nice little gift pack from our friend.
Thanks, Jeff.
Yeah. Trying to remember who hooked him up with all that. But it's always nice when
Mexico.
people share.
Greg Mendez.
That's it. You nailed it.
Mm-hmm.
See, man, all these people. Yeah, I didn't intend to come and crash the show. I was just I was listening, and I listened to your show. I'm sitting there, and it's the middle of the afternoon, and
Can you?
The dogs are barking.
Yeah,
you riled the dogs.
You
I'm
riled the
sorry.
Who let the dogs out?
Normally they're out. But they're upset. They want the beer.
Well, that's what happens. They don't get to drink. Dog's liver. By the way, it is National IPA Day, and I don't know if you heard, but the report just came out that IPAs are the best beer for your liver.
Really?
Yeah. Dude, it's on the internet, so it's got to be true.
And then that means we have to drink more this whole time, right?
Kennedy, will you go cuddle with the dogs?
Am I going to what?
Go cuddle with the dogs real quick? Or smack them. They won't stop.
Close that door real quick.
They normally aren't quite
You want me to let them out?
No, you have to let them outside. It's broken down, Cat. Is that did you grab that screenshot of Catherine?
No, she just
must.
She's still there.
Yeah. By the way, you guys want a little scoop on something? Scoop on a story?
Sure.
Scoop on a story.
Always.
You guys ready?
Yeah.
You guys may have heard of Brewmasters Craft Beer Festival.
I've heard of it. Yeah.
Yeah, heard of it.
Yeah.
Galveston Island.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know anybody at Galveston Island Brewery?
I do.
Yeah. Okay.
I do.
Tune into Houston Life next Friday, and Galveston Island Brewery is going to be featured on there with yours truly. So
Hey,
where would one see this?
that's going to be on the Channel 2 Houston Life, and you're going to, of course, put me on the spot.
I used to work there.
Right
You
here,
did?
right now.
Yeah.
But Houston Life, you can just go look it up.
You don't know the time?
On the Google.
What day?
I want to say it's between 1 and 2 o'clock, if I remember correctly.
Right.
And yeah, I'm going to be doing a blind taste test with the hosts. So I gave you the scoop right there.
Nice. All right, set your DVRs, or stream it, or however people watch stuff these days.
Is Catherine still here?
She's still here.
We're having.
The internet is broken down.
I got
some Catherine issues.
We have video, but no.
Well, I just was going to make a quick comment.
She's playing Xbox.
Oh, she is?
In
Nice.
sunglasses.
But
Wait, hold on. What is that? Xbox or is that? It looks like Xbox.
It looks like Xbox.
Okay. Yeah. What game are you playing, Catherine? Go let the dogs out.
All right.
Go let them out.
Who?
The dogs.
Who? Let the.
All right. Well, hold on. Let's throw to a break real quick, and then during the break we'll let the dogs out and try to reestablish with Catherine and try to salvage some of this. But then Chad comes in, saves the day.
Always saves the day.
Super Chad. Super Chadford. Chadford by day. Super Chad by night. All right. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back and see what happens right here. Oh wait, that's before I do that. If you love Liquid Lunch and would like to help support Liquid Lunch, we have an Amazon affiliate link. Everybody shops on Amazon these days, right? Everybody. Required by law. Go to liquidlunchshow.com/Amazon. Doesn't change anything on your end, but whenever you make a purchase by using that link, a little bit of a kickback comes our way. Helps support the show. Helps pay for the internet, which obviously we need to upgrade. And all the cameras and the wires and the fees and the hostings and the things that go into doing a high caliber show such as this, you can help support it. We thank you for your support. So liquidlunchshow.com/Amazon, and all of your purchases, send us a few little shekels. Nothing changes on your end. Same great Amazon that everybody loves. I buy so much, Catherine, on Amazon. I buy so much toilet paper, paper towels.
Can you hear me?
I heard you a little bit, yeah. What do you buy on Amazon? What's your favorite thing to buy on Amazon?
Want a Citra?
Of course.
Yeah.
Go for it.
Hold on a second.
Hold on. You know what? We're gonna we'll throw it to break.
There, so.
We're gonna get Chad a beer. We're gonna get Catherine reestablished, and we'll be right back on Liquid Lunch. Again, that link, liquidlunchshow.com/Amazon. Do it, Chad. Nice. We'll be right back.
Liquid Lunch is sponsored by Barbacoa Apparel. Barbacoa Apparel is a San Antonio-based independent clothing line that caters to Texans and Texans at heart. To find out more about Barbacoa Apparel or to buy your favorite taco tea, go to barbacoaapparel.com.
Hey guys, Josh here from Liquid Lunch. Are you driving around and can't watch that super clean, beautiful, sparkling HD video stream on YouTube or Facebook? Well, that's okay, because we have you covered. Go to Mixlr, mixlr.com/liquidlunch and listen to our beautiful high-def streaming audio feed. That's right. While you're driving down the road, you can hear all the antics, all the shenanigans, everything going on in the world of Texas craft beer right here on Liquid Lunch. Again, that is mixlr.com/liquidlunch, or simply go to liquidlunchshow.com/Mixlr.
Do you love craft beer? Do you love to laugh? Then you'll love me. I mean, who doesn't? I'm Catherine Contreras, and I'm the host of the She's Crafty podcast, a comedy and craft beer show taped in San Antonio, Texas, home of the Alamo, breakfast tacos, and some of the best craft beer in the Lone Star State. You can download the She's Crafty podcast on iTunes, Google Play, and just about anywhere you find badass podcasts. Or just go to our website, shescraftypodcast.com.
Hey, how you doing? I'm Joey Clance, and to music and beer fans who crave intelligent analysis and egalitarian discourse, we offer an affordable alternative. The Genghis and Ragman Show podcast, where two jamokes drink and rate craft beer while they chew the fat about the world of hard rock and heavy metal, followed up by one-on-one interviews with veterans and newcomers in the industry. Available on iTunes or direct download from therightorock.com. Horns up.
Everybody, Josh here. Just want to say thank you so much for helping Interbrews get to 5 years. That's right, we've hit 5 years, and I just want to say thank you for everybody that listened, subscribed, shared, enjoyed, laughed, and was a part of all of this. So this is what it's all about, just having great times with great people over great beers here in Houston and beyond. So hopefully 5 more years to come, thousands of episodes. We'll see. But anyway, thank you so much. Interbrews is now 5. And our 100th episode with Brock Wagner, founder of St. Arnold, godfather of Texas craft beer. Yep, right there for you to enjoy. So thank you very much. This is Interbrews.
Excuse me, sir. Did I overhear you say we're out of beer?
Yes, I did.
Oh, no! Oh, he said we're out of beer!
Bup, bup, bup. Let's see. This will allow me to get Catherine on. We're going to try something here, Catherine. Live. If I jump off, will that crash the whole thing, or will y'all stay? I think I allow me. Hold on.
No, you can, if you're jumping off of the appear in thing.
Yeah, let's try this.
You're cool.
Oop. There's me. There I go.
Chardonnay. Yeah. Ben
All right.
Yeah.
Hold on. Here we go.
Hold on,
Connecting. And where's she at? Where is Catherine at? Welcome everybody back to Liquid Lunch. Liquid Lunch is here for you to drink beer with, and us too, every Thursday at noon. LiquidLunchShow.com. We stream it to the Facebook and to YouTube, and I don't know where Catherine went. Looks like she jumped off.
She's busy playing Xbox.
Maybe.
I wonder what game she plays.
I don't know.
Call of Duty.
You think she's a Call of Duty gal? She seems kind of intense. So that might be a thing.
I'm thinking Minecraft.
You think?
Yeah.
No. She might have had to jump off because we are at 1 o'clock, bro.
Yeah, I gotta leave.
I know you got to scoot as well.
I got a good 10 minutes.
Okay. Well,
I tried to do my Chad Pilbeam hair impersonation.
You need to commit all the way.
I was gonna say you gotta go.
It grew back.
Oh wait, here we go.
It was pretty close.
Here we go. She's jumping. Something's happening, or did you do that? Is that you?
Who, me? No,
Yeah.
I didn't do anything.
Hey you.
Hey.
Yeah, me. Let's see what happens when Catherine jumps back on. We're a live show, and so crazy stuff always happens on a live show because we're live. We'll see what happens. Anyway, Tim Foley in studio with us. Chad Pilbeam also in studio. We have
Chad.
a big chunk of Houston area craft beer media represented here.
We do.
The blogosphere.
Yeah.
Did you know you represent the blogosphere?
The blogosphere. I'm the representative.
Yeah. You are the blogosphere.
I can handle that.
When did Shade Texas Craft happen? When did that start?
Well,
hey, there's Catherine. Catherine, you hear us? Talk. Sorry. Hold on, Tim. Hold that thought.
We'll get right back to
and
you.
go, Catherine. And no.
Oh.
All right. Sorry. Tim, answer that question.
No, so I started thinking about it in 2014 when I actually moved back from Hattiesburg, where Southern Prohibition is located.
14, you were in Hattiesburg.
Yes.
Okay.
And
Southern Mississippi.
Yes.
The south of the South.
Southern Miss University is there. So
my cousin went to Southern Miss. He was actually the Golden Eagle for a semester.
Yeah.
My cousin Byron. Do you know him?
No, I don't.
He's older than I.
No, I had to come back to Texas, so I needed a way. I always loved craft beer.
Where did you grow up?
Houston. So North Side, Spring area.
Ah, that's right.
So yeah. So grew up out there. Started drinking craft beer whenever, Flying Saucer came around, and wanted to do something associated with craft beer. So my wife is a much better writer than I am, and she was like, "Why don't you just do something with craft beer? You like it, you drink it, you."
What does she do?
She actually is a writer. So she does an online literary magazine that she.
Okay. She done any movie scripts? Because I have a great idea for a movie.
I don't know, but I bet she can.
All right, let her know. Let her know.
She can.
If she's into the horror genre.
You got connections now. So there you go.
Does she write your Hoppy Happenings?
Does she what?
Is she the one who writes?
No, that's me. That's all me. That's if it was better, it'd probably be her. But no, that's all me. But no, I wanted to do something with craft beer, and she suggested this, and I just started doing it, and I loved it. So I started reaching out to a lot of the breweries, reaching out to folks within the industry.
Yeah.
And it became something that I truly enjoy doing. I want to do as much as I possibly can.
There you go. How often do you put out articles?
Usually about once a week or so. Okay. I try to put something out. So this week I put something out about Eureka Heights. Went out there. And if you are out there, it's National IPA Day, by the way. So get some Chop Shop, get some Mini Boss. Those are two really excellent IPAs that they've got.
Yeah,
so
Casey Moats,
the founder and creator of that beer, right there.
Formerly of
St. Arnold. That was the last beer he made. Right before
really?
In fact, I joked with him one time. It's like, don't you kind of wish you'd saved that one and brought that one over? Because that art car is killing it in the market.
Oh, it is really good.
That's a good one.
That's one of those great beer meets great marketing meets kind of a cool local deal, because I don't know. There's a lot of great beers that maybe they don't have the best name or logo or something, so they may get overlooked every once in a while. But when it all comes together, that's when you get stuff like Art Car. It's good beer, though.
I've known a lot of people who don't like IPAs but love Art Car IPA.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. There you go. Did you let the dogs outside?
I put them out.
Let them back in. They don't.
They're dogs.
Dog watch.
It's 102 degrees outside.
It's not that hot.
Catherine has her sunglasses on, even though we still can't hear. I don't know what's going on there. Anyway.
They're dogs. That's all I gotta say.
They are part of the family. Even though one of them.
And one of them's a son of a bitch.
He is.
Literally.
And one of them pooped in the floor this morning.
There you go.
And she's just a bitch.
She left that for you as a morning treat.
Mm-hmm. Good morning, Josh. Here's some poo. Chad, what do y'all got coming up this weekend on the big show?
Oh, my goodness. Well, I was actually...
What's on tap radio? Here they come.
Yep, there they are. All right.
Smell my puppies.
Well, hello. And with that, have a nice day. I know we just met, but get off my leg. No, really, get off my leg. All right, I'll pet you. There. What I'm going on this weekend? Actually, I'm going to head out to Back Pew.
Okay.
There you go.
Yeah, I've never been out there for their Saturday. Go out there, and I figure, it's Texas. It's hot. It's Saturday. What do? Do what I did last weekend. Last weekend I went to Lone Pint, sweat.
Yeah.
This time going to Back Pew.
There you go.
You can swing out that way,
Right.
and I'm gonna talk politics with Tim Foley. I love talking politics with Tim. Sorry, I'm just messing around.
You guys, I think, are about as polar opposites.
Oh,
totally. Yeah,
totally. We're civil. We actually speak intelligently and don't call each other names.
Yeah, exactly.
Is there now? Y'all are so polar opposite. I would almost wonder: is there a place on the other side where y'all meet? Have y'all found that?
I think there is.
Is it just beer?
Yeah.
I think it's not semantics. It's more than semantics where we differ, definitely. But we probably have more philosophical agreements. But it's just in the application of that philosophy and how we get there.
It's not about name calling and
No.
saying, "Oh, I don't agree with you. So
You
you're
jerk!
stupid."
Yeah, and you don't know how to drink beer either.
Can you-
And your
Take Catherine's-
your liver's filing for witness protection just because of your political views.
Catherine is trying to communicate with us. It's like Stranger Things. She's trying to.
She's crafty. She'll figure it out.
She is very crafty. She's
What's up,
crafting
dog?
something now. Take her, Cameron. Do you know which cameras? Can you still got her?
Hold on.
All right.
Hey, we can do the political hour while you guys fix that. Is your beer liberal or conservative?
You know what I've heard is that it depends on your genetics. Genetically, you're predisposed one side or the other.
How about that?
Your approach, your side.
This is good. This is good.
See, we just found agreement right there. We disagree with that whole thing.
All right. Catherine,
what?
Show up your sign again.
I don't know why it's not working today. It should be working.
It's the Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
resist. Nice.
She was trying to communicate, kind of like Have y'all watched Stranger Things?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's on the other dimension.
Chad.
I gave it a whirl. We went about 4 or 5 episodes first season, and then
it's only 8.
What?
It's only 8 episodes or 6 episodes.
And we quit.
You made it 4 episodes in. You weren't hooked?
Come on.
No, you're not.
Do you watch Game of Thrones?
Okay,
do you watch Game of Thrones?
I have not seen one episode from this season yet.
What? Which season?
The final season.
Game of Thrones?
I'm not caught up, so I'm like 4 episodes behind.
It's the final season, but
they're splitting this season.
Yeah.
They're splitting it.
Doesn't matter. Point is, I haven't seen a single episode from this season. I'm caught up through everything that I could get.
Well, everybody dies.
Stop.
Catherine and I were going to have a
Anybody
full-on...
there?
Yeah, hey, we got you.
No, we don't.
Yeah, we had you. Oh, man. Eventually,
she heard the Game of Thrones talk. She
we
wanted
were
to come right in.
That was a plan.
Not ruin Game of Thrones for
That
me,
was a
please.
planned segment. We were going to talk Game of Thrones.
Yeah, we need to do a complete Game of Thrones segment.
I know, maybe even a whole show.
Next week. I'm okay.
Like an extra hour?
She's bored. Look at her. Headphones, he's drinking beer. Yeah. I got to go.
Okay. Can you keep this going?
Yeah, I can keep it going.
What do I need to click?
Okay. The most important thing is this.
Can I change cameras with that?
Yeah.
Put it to
Welcome to day 1 of Josh Stewart as producer.
All right.
Well, I got more screens than I know what to do.
Hey, season 2, he's taken over more responsibilities.
Yeah. Technically we're in season 2.
All right. So,
Chad. All right.
Just go through the cameras. One's a wide shot, which
Okay,
we're
what's
on
that?
that one right now.
What's that? That's
Okay,
me.
That's you.
More of me.
Really?
We'll probably just stay on
All
this
right.
one.
And
3 is
that
Tim.
one, and then there's one at the bottom.
Where's the Chad cam?
The one on the bottom. Oh,
is there?
Only use those.
Hello,
No.
No? Key
no.
out. Double
No.
box?
Yeah.
All right, bye, Catherine. We love you too. Bye.
So there's
San
one,
Antonio, y'all. San Antonio. What?
There's one at the very
What?
bottom. Okay.
What's the? All right.
Very important. There's
Beer
one
can.
thing.
We'll have Chad come sit over here.
Yeah.
Chad,
Fine.
come sit where Kennedy is.
All right.
We'll take this mic down. We'll get Kennedy out of the way.
Now,
So it looks like you're taking over as producer. Look at
very
this.
important, Josh.
I wonder what James is going to say.
What?
The most important thing
What?
is you need to click the stop record button right here
When we're done?
before you turn the power off.
Stop record after we turn the power off?
Please.
Stop record
Click.
at the same
No
time?
matter what you do, please click this button.
Stop
right here,
record
right there.
before I leave for work.
Yes, hit the stop and bring my computer to me.
And what else? Any cables?
No, I'm good. Just the power cable and the mouse.
What? This is sounding like
Tim,
work.
this whole writing thing that you do, it looks a whole lot easier than
Yeah, this is. Oh wait, look at that.
You know, I just
What'd I just do?
No, you only want to mess
Look
with
at
the
that.
cameras.
Woo! I can't mess with that.
Well, I mean, you can, but
we just do a silly
That's at the
little
end, though,
radio
right?
show.
it's
These
not-
guys.
Nothing's really set up.
See,
So
I'm like, this is way too much production. All I have to need is my laptop.
Where's the Chad cam?
That's all I
Where are
need.
you?
And you can do it pretty much
Here?
at your
No.
leisure.
Yeah, I can do. I do it at a brewery.
I can give the
Where
camera.
else?
Yeah, give Chad a camera. We need a Chad cam.
All right, put it on. There's a one.
I love how they're giving instructions, so everybody still watching the show will learn how to run
Yes,
this. So
absolutely.
if we ever need to
At the very
outsource,
bottom, that guy one that says beer can.
Liquid
Oh,
Lunch
boom.
alt
Oh,
reality.
you gotta frame that,
bring that
bro.
up. Bring it up so you can get up my nose.
Oh,
Hey,
man.
there you go. Oh, no.
Can we raise
I'll
it?
just do it. Here.
Hold on.
Hold on, get another stand or something. There's one around here. Where'd he go?
I don't know.
That's close enough. There. We're
There we
good.
go. Yeah, just
Take
let me
all
know.
the
There you go.
keys out.
Hey,
We're
Melody.
good. It's there.
Don't
Huh?
hit anything but the camera buttons. There's
Oh,
nothing set up.
hey, Preston Brown just mentioned me somewhere in a comment, and so by the way,
Well, that's gonna be. That's gonna have to be good enough.
Did I hear earlier as I was packing up that The grain seller?
Yeah, bro.
So please.
Showing some love?
Mm-hmm.
Nice
Please.
job. Excellent.
Chad,
I love it.
I'll give you this project before you leave.
Okay. Now I'm an
You're-
intern now.
You
All
said
right.
you walked in the door and got hit with
I
the
had my
responsibility.
This
It's the
mouse
worst.
button right here.
Yeah.
Click on the record before you guys stop. Just click on that button.
I'm gonna
where the
move-
mouse is.
Yeah, but if we click record now, then
It'll stop.
Yeah, that's no fun.
Because if you just shut down the program, which Josh has done, other people have done, it doesn't save the record.
Oh, okay, got it.
That's it.
All right, we won't do it.
So remember, today at work, Josh.
Yeah.
Power cable, computer, and mouse.
All right, I'll remember all that.
I'm gonna check out Facebook on my handheld device. That way, I can see what Mr.
Yeah, we're still streaming. And backpack. Put everything right here.
All right, yeah, got it.
Because I have to do Hoppy Happenings tonight.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Computer won't
With Tim's Coastal. Jennifer, is she contributing this week? Has Jennifer contributed? I'm gonna assume she did. Jennifer, the bearded lady. Are y'all down with the bearded lady?
Absolutely.
She's great. She's great. So anyway, there's 7 people watching right now. I'm getting comments now. All right.
Yeah, I want to see where the comments are because.
Jeffrey, let's see. Oh, the one without a label is a Berliner Weiss. Thank you.
Sorry.
Kevin, Kennedy's brother, the other Kennedy. Something about Busch Light or Busch beer. No, we're not doing that. Anyway, no, we're not doing that. Okay. All right. Well, now it's just us. What do y'all want to talk about?
Intimate setting.
We get to talk about anything. But y'all want to get into politics? I've always wanted to get into politics, but within a certain realm. Now, let me ask you this. Yesterday, I watched Joe Rogan's podcast. He had Ben Shapiro on. That was entertaining. I also watched his Ben Shapiro's debate with, what's the guy from the Young Turks?
Sink.
Yeah.
I watched that debate.
Yeah. One, not fair. Ben Shapiro, like a ninja of debate, regardless of what your political.
It doesn't matter who you are. Yes.
That's like his skill. That's what he hones his deal. But hey, what's up, Caleb Wilson? Caleb Wilson just jumped on.
Well, I think
he
must have jumped off then because I saw him on earlier.
I think he just popped up. I don't know.
Oh,
how
okay.
This goes, so tell you what, we'll go. Josh Cam. Boom! Look at that. Anyway, and then we'll go Tim Cam. And then
I like the
Chad
green
Cam.
screen. Yeah.
Yeah. Our anyway, we don't have to get into politics. I don't know. This beer.
Well, I mean,
do y'all have a? Let me ask you this: approach to politics when you're discussing politics.
You know, both of us, we're actually very civil about it. So we may not agree,
right,
about just about anything, but I respect his opinion, and I hope he respects mine.
Yeah,
and we just try to go back and forth and justify our points of view.
Do you impose a self-set limit, like once you've gotten 3 or 4 beers into a day?
Oh, it's bad.
That's what I do. No, if it's politics or religion or people who haven't watched Stranger Things all the way through when they got 4 episodes into it, I say, you know what? I'm not going to allow myself to talk about it once I'm about 4 beers into an afternoon.
If I go past 3, it's bad.
Yeah, because I know that I know me. It's like to thine own self be true. That sort of thing.
Which camera you have on right now?
Chad Cam. Chad Cam is full.
Put it on you guys. You guys are the ones talking. I'm sitting here waiting for my turn to retort.
Oh, all right. Retort cam. I don't have a retort cam.
Oh, okay.
I got a Chad Cam.
Yeah, I know. That's fine.
So, what do you think? Do you impose a self limit? Chad Cam. Boom.
My self limit begins and ends with the person I'm talking to. If the person I'm talking to wants to have an intelligent discussion and challenge me, whether I am sober or 3 beers in or 7 beers in, I will engage them in a civil discussion. I love getting into discussions with people who. I don't believe in New Year's resolutions because resolutions are made to be broken. So what I decided is I said I'm going to make it a commitment, which is kind of the same thing, but don't call it a resolution, to try and understand how intelligent people, like the gentleman sitting across from me here, Mr. Foley, I want to understand how an obviously intelligent, educated person could arrive at a completely different perspective than me with the same information available to him. And it's not that I wanted him to change my mind. I want to understand how he got there. Right. And so if I understand that, then I can respect his point of view. But if I don't take time to understand how he got there, it's kind of like falling in love with beer. You know, if somebody picks up an IPA for the first time, that's the first beer they ever had, and they're immediately, oh, I hate bitter beer, no, it's all hoppy and it's crap, and I'm not going to drink it. Well, okay, well, I understand how you got there. Now, if you want to have a discussion about that, and maybe we can, you know, work into how we enjoy some bitter beers or hoppy beers, and you may never enjoy one, but I understand how you got there. And so I like to try and appreciate the process. And then we'll never agree on things, I'm sure. But
that was going to be my next question is do you both see that there's no way you would convince the other?
I don't think it's even about convincing. I think it's about just trying to say, okay, this is just what I believe, and these are the facts associated with what came to my conclusion for a certain aspect, you know. So we talk about probably the last debate we had was on climate change.
Oh yeah, climate. Yeah. That was a good one.
So both of us were going back and forth quite a bit about climate change, and you know, it was okay. Well, let's bring up facts of what we see that supports our side.
Sure.
And so, you know, we both brought up certain things that, you know, we had read, we had, you know, listened to, seen, and came up with conclusions on our own side to say, well, what about this? And so we just kind of challenge each other back and forth.
Now, okay.
And I was going to say where we met in the middle, though, where we absolutely met in the middle was regardless of whether you believe in climate change or not. Sorry, I can't see that as me being ridiculous. Just for
there's his view right there.
Yeah.
So you don't believe it's a thing?
No, of course there's climate change. It's always changed. It's been changing since the beginning of time. It's always going to change.
Do you believe man has an impact?
And yes, I do. And that's where we found the happy ground is that just because I don't subscribe to the chaos theory and the doomsday theory of all these reports that have come out, and I'm subscribing to a different theory, we do agree that we have a responsibility, be it fiscal, social, environmental, to not take that for granted and unnecessarily pollute or increase. You know, I joke around all the time. I'm like, yeah, I'm going to go increase my carbon footprint, you know. I'm joking, of course. I don't think anybody really needs to take that approach and just laissez-faire, throw caution into the wind. And, you know, we both want to be environmentally responsible, socially responsible. I mean, I recycle. I mean, every Friday, man, you got to hear the beer bottles clink, clink, clink. It sounds like a slot machine in I-1 when that truck rolls up, clink, 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 clink. But yeah, that's where I think we meet in the middle right there. Is Absolutely. That regardless of whether or not it exists, we both agree we can do more and should do all we can responsibly and within reason, without you know shaving our heads and you know what I'm saying, tearing our clothes. And
so on the scale of how important it is in your like day-to-day things you worry about, between 1 and 10, 10 being if I don't look at this every day, my world will come crashing down to 1 to be, you know, it's like
I have a very short answer to that, but it's two-part. One is it's a 0. I don't think about it at all, but it's when I see somebody throw something out their window, like trash or acting a fool or spilling gasoline on the stove, pouring crap down the drain that they shouldn't be, it's worse than road rage. I go nuts. I'm like, you lazy piece of shit.
Yeah. Well, that's more of a pride in your neighborhood, and also if you have a financial side to it, that affects your value of your house.
Take care of what you have.
All right. I mean, Tim, what's your
where do you put it? I mean, I don't think about it a whole lot, but I actually do think about carbon footprint quite a bit. You know, my wife and I live in a smaller place. We both drive fuel efficient vehicles. We both.
Do you have, like hybrids?
No, mine's a Honda Civic. So
okay,
you know, 40 miles to a gallon.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Do you see where like something like a Honda Civic is actually way better for the environment than something like an electric car, or when you bring in the what it takes to get that battery?
It's a good question, because a lot of times I see, you know, some of the hybrid vehicles and things like that people have, and they say, okay, well, this is your only way to be able to do it, but I just don't believe that. You know, I think you can still use.
That's almost like a sucker's kind of. I feel like they're playing people that are really concerned about it, like they're playing on emotions.
I mean, if you really want to get down to it, like let's just say you have a fully electric vehicle, like a Tesla or something like that, yeah. And if you wanted to just say, okay, well, I'm only using electricity, so I'm reducing my carbon footprint. Well, okay, then we also need to look at how that electricity is being generated. You know, so if it's all clean sources, you know, solar, wind, things like that. Hey, wonderful.
Yeah,
that's fantastic.
But then those batteries.
Yeah,
it's the batteries, man. That's what gets you on those electric cars. They're not. It's not easy to produce that stuff.
No,
it's like over there. Like when you think about like the worst, switch the camera. When you think about the worst, environmental things going on in the world, it's like all that over in India, Afghanistan, all that area over there where there's no regulation, and you got things like the ship breakers and those mines to get the lithium and all that stuff is catastrophic.
Right.
And that's nobody's life over there is good. I mean, I'm sure their lives are good, but I'm saying like the day to day, that's some shitty way to live your daily life.
Right.
So I don't know. Anyway, I don't know where I was going with that, but just saying, life could be better for a lot of people.
Sure.
How could we make that better? One, get those ship breakers. You've seen the ship breaker guys, right? They bring the big ships into the harbor there in India. And these guys in like diapers with no shoes on, and they're pulling big sheets of metal, and they're all look it up like on YouTube, like ship breakers.
Okay.
And they're breaking down those huge like shipping vessel ships,
Okay, so you're saying like deconstructing the actual
and they're just kind
of
of laying out there in the harbor like on their side or whatever. And these guys, they're going, they're just trying to make money, but they got no shoes or shirts or anything like that.
Yeah, you see that a lot of times in Indonesia and things like that.
Yeah.
Where they have like the ships that are basically there, and you see a lot of the folks who are mining for like the iron and things like that. They'll go in with
it's like a salvage yard basically.
Yeah, exactly. So they'll go in water and try to basically get anything they can out of it, and using magnets and things like that just to extract anything out of the bottom of the floor.
Yeah, get those guys some steel-toed boots. That's kind of like the charity.
Yeah, because that's our concern. We're worried about
tetanus is a real thing, Chad. Tetanus is a real thing, and those guys every day they struggle. I see that, and I'm like, them walking around all that rusty metal. That's a real thing.
It is a real thing.
It's a real thing.
Wow.
I bet you their water's not that great either. They need more beer.
Yeah,
what's an Indian beer? Have y'all ever had one from India that you're like, that's great?
I've never had one.
Right.
Have you?
No.
I can't. Wow. The only, I guess, European country other than the obvious ones, I've had Turkish beer.
Right.
Short of that.
And there is no beer in the Middle East basically, other than Israel maybe.
Yeah, it's a serious crime if you are caught with it.
Right. Maybe the Emirates or whatever. Maybe they've probably got some there for whomever.
Yeah, I'm sure.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, but then after that,
the sheiks, in their harems, they've got things stashed away.
They want, right? All right. What other political? I think we pretty much figured that one out.
Oh, let's see.
What else do we not agree on?
Well, probably healthcare. Universal healthcare.
Yeah. There's just like if you really want to go into universal healthcare, there's no easy answer with that, because a lot of times even the Bernie Sanders answer of it's just easy to transition over to universal Medicare.
Mm-hmm.
It's not easy. That's just to do it like at snap of a fingers. Mm-hmm. No, that's not going to happen. And, I mean, there has to be certain financial steps to be able to handle that from a budgetary standpoint. But at the same time, you can't necessarily do that without.
Do you honestly think, though? I mean, just given the example of real life, you had Obama, whom I'm guessing you supported more than our current president, or who?
Believe it or not, I voted for John McCain.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So I mean, I vote for whoever I believe is going to be the best person for.
For
the country.
A more left-leaning approach.
Yet another area where we agree: vote for the best candidate.
Right.
Okay. But. With that being the model we have here in America, where the swings can be from an Obama to a Trump to The Rock or whoever gets elected next, right? It's a real possibility, right? What do you really? I mean, really, right?
Give me a second there. The Rock.
Yeah. It could be The Rock. Could Rock and
Rock. Who is it? Who is his running?
Oprah.
No, it was somebody else. There was somebody else I saw. It was The Rock and like something ridiculous, like Snooki or something like that. It was just so stupid.
I don't know who is running. I could see if him and Oprah ran though, for real. you have to think they'd be pretty formidable in this day and age, with as much money as they have and the social, just kind of out there in the.
That's a terrifying.
Is it worse than what we have? I don't think the guy that we got now knows really.
Yeah,
I don't. Listening to some of that Ben Shapiro debate and then listening to him on Joe Rogan's podcast. I think everybody should go listen to that podcast.
Agree.
It's like 3 hours of just kind of breaking things. Like long form it definitely needs. I don't know that news justifies anybody, whatever your news outlet is. I think they all fall way short of really bringing value to people.
Right.
That's why I think this type of medium here, like we talk about beer, but now we're getting into this, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right. It doesn't serve anybody, but when you get into those long form, deep answers, you really start to get into those issues. And Shapiro was talking about how he really thinks Trump's whole motivation was kind of an FU to like when Obama said, "Well, at least I'm still president," right? Which was a great jab at the time, or at least I'll be president.
Right.
I think the motivation that sparked the motivation, right? Well, I've got billions of dollars at least that I have access to. I don't know if he really has money, whatever, right? What's he really worth? Who knows? But it was enough to get him in office, right?
He hasn't released his tax form.
Who knows?
So.
Who knows? But he's there. And I think that was his sole motivation, just kind of a big FU, a big middle finger.
The one thing I will say that he did that I felt like maybe wasn't done from any of the other candidates, he did kind of hear out what a lot of other people were saying throughout America.
Yeah, he does that now.
So, yeah, I mean, but
he can't do anything.
But then he kind of does his own thing.
Right.
And kind of says, "Well,
that's the problem."
F you.
Yeah, he listens to it.
I'm going to do
10 minutes, it'll be great to pander to that, to get the cheers and everything, but he can't really do anything.
Right.
Which again, that's great. That was kind of my thing the whole time. It's like he's going to get into office. The Democrats obviously hate him. The Republicans now you're seeing they really hate this guy.
They don't like him.
Yeah, so nothing's going to happen. Gridlock's great. If the government just doesn't do anything, doesn't make it any worse, just lets us, like if this whole beer thing here in Texas, if the government had just stayed out of it instead of putting their
but there's too much money involved with that, with all the distributors who are contributing to, I'm going to call him Government Abbott.
Yeah,
his campaign.
No, it's crony capitalism. Like that's
$125,000 from Silver Eagle.
Well, who was his main campaign guy? Right, it was a Silver Eagle guy.
Yeah.
I just think it's funny whenever I see Greg Abbott posting something out there. It says, sign my petition to support this or that, or it doesn't matter what it is. It's like, remember that petition we sent you about vetoing the craft beer bill?
Yeah.
Where were you then?
Yeah, he always says, I support small business, but then he completely took a different approach and said, well, except for in this one realm.
He just abstained is all he did. He didn't do anything.
He knew that if he just didn't do anything, it would pass. You know? So it doesn't look bad on him as a governor.
For it, right?
But he did have the power to.
He could have stopped it. Yeah.
Well, he could have. He could have
just
potentially stopped it because a veto only just kicks it back. Veto would.
Would it have taken like a supermajority to pass it at that point, like a 2/3 or whatever?
Yeah, but they had that. They had the PACs were way too.
He should have made him do it then if he really had.
Right, exactly. If he was really supporting that, and if he was really looking at the petitions, it could have been kicked back, and he could have said, "Guys, I did everything I could.
Right.
I made every effort, but." Political power, and you know what? Money talks. Follow the money. By the way, that just does remind me. I know not trying to change the subject, but earlier, Josh, you said that you had an idea for a horror movie.
Yeah.
Is your idea for a horror movie yet another independent craft brewery being bought by Anheuser-Busch?
No, that's too real.
That's pretty terrifying.
That's like The Exorcist. It's
more of a documentary.
If you believe that there's that, it's like, that's too real. A slasher guy in the woods that I'm nowhere near, or whatever, a monster. I don't believe in that. But then when you get in The Exorcist, it's like, I'm not watching that again.
I was told this is a double IPA.
Double IPA, number 8. So Mosaic and Citra.
You're just gonna take a chug out of.
No. I'm gonna.
Dude, go get a glass.
I don't have a glass.
Go get a glass.
See if this works.
Do you know where the glass? Oh God.
Oh, that's not.
Yeah, go get a glass, man.
Hold on, I got this.
I got straws. You can have a straw right out of that growler. No, mine is. I think I've told you the idea before. The Head Brewer. Have you ever heard this?
No, I haven't.
I won't get into it all the way now.
The Head Brewer in a haunted brewery.
No, well,
this is stupid. I'm gonna go get a glass.
Do that. Do you know where they are?
I know where
right
they
next
are.
to the refrigerator. Okay, good.
That was stupid.
He brews with heads. His victims come from people close to him. Yeah. And it's all going to be
Are
filmed.
they all brewery employees?
Not brewery. Well, it starts out he's a home brewer.
Okay.
Okay, that's the first one. It's a trilogy that then spins on to like 8 or 9 movies because that's what horror movies do. Like, Nightmare on Elm Street or, whatever. But starts out he's a home brewer. And in the homebrew club, he's shunned because another guy won the competition. And he gets angry, has anger issues, and he's psychotic, right? Ends up cutting the guy's heads off, uses it in his brew, and then wins. And then he has to continue.
Go. So he's found the secret ingredient.
Found the secret ingredient, but he's psycho too. And so we have a hero who moves in next door. He teaches whoa, drink that. Hold on, that's a stout glass. That's why it over.
I grabbed the first one I saw.
That's why it over.
Sorry.
Actually, I've broken too many of these IPA glasses. I think I'm down to 2, maybe 3.
Those are expensive.
They're they're a little brittle too. Not brittle, but they're soft. If you drop them, they're gonna, they have some flex to them. But the Speaklow IPA glasses.
What am I drinking here?
Double IPA number 8 from Galveston Island Brewing. So I think at 8.7%, somewhere around 90 IBUs.
And you live right in their backyard, right? You're down there.
It's on my way home from work, which is a bad thing sometimes.
Yeah.
I was there last night, so let's put it that way.
Now that's Chad. We've got like 4 breweries right around us coming online soon.
Yeah.
Wicked Boxer.
You hear about the little sneak peek this weekend?
Of Wicked Boxer?
Yeah.
No?
Oh, see? And there's a scoop right there.
Where'd you see that? On the Facebooks?
Nope. Actually.
Twitters?
Nope.
Talk? I keep driving by there, stalker style.
Twitter talk.
I'll pull in behind, to drive by, but instead of taking the corner on Mushki.
So I do the same thing.
And I'm like, anybody in there? And I never get out and actually knock.
Okay, so I did.
Yeah.
And by the way, I'm glad to see that I'm not the only stalker because we want a brewery 5 minutes from our house. Actually, it's like 2 minutes from you.
Yeah.
And it's, I think, 4 from me, but it's just going to be right around the corner here. It's awesome. And I stopped in. You may remember he did put something on Facebook, and he said, "Hey, we're developing, we're building out, and anybody wants to come help paint or anything." So I swung by there with some donuts and coffee Saturday morning, figuring, okay, this guy probably has a regular job, and he's going to be in there on the Saturday morning working. And sure enough, he was. Brian, I believe his name is.
See, I had not asked. I just started talking to him on his Facebook page. Mm-hmm. Didn't know his name. I was like, "Hey, you?" It's like I should have asked your name. Man. I should have asked your name like 7, messages ago. But now I'm in that weird spot. So
and I mentioned you. And he said, "Oh yeah, I've talked to him about coming on his show once we get opened up." I said, "You need to go on the show, man." So,
I appreciate that.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, he doesn't have an option. I'm going to be like, dude, I got a microphone. You're on the show now.
I stopped by and I talked to him, and nice guy. And he said, for the Cy-Fair area here, if you want to sneak in there, I don't know how public he wants this, so I'm putting it out there. He told me, so I'm telling everybody.
Let's see how many people got watching.
Well, no, doesn't matter.
5 people watching. Right?
Doesn't matter. I'm telling you right now.
Okay.
In fact, I'll double check to make sure. I think it's 2:30 to 4:30. He's going to bring in some homebrew and sample it with people and talk about the plans for the brewery.
Nice. What time?
Oh my goodness! He just look at this. It just popped up on Facebook. Wicked Boxer just posted. It just posted on Facebook. All right.
He's listening right now.
Yeah, he may be. Let me see what I got here on my calendar.
I don't want this to be snuck out before I can get this out to the
public. I know he just posted. It's like, Chad, shut up.
This guy.
Wicked Boxer with Brian from 2:30 to 4:30. So after I go to Back Pew Brewing
on Saturday, you said Saturday.
I'm gonna go out there. Yeah, Back Pew. They're doing some good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That Blue Testament is kind of my.
Is that their Pilsner?
That is their Blue Corn Pilsner. I mean, I'm a sucker for a Bock, so I'll drink their Bock all day long. But
I think they're brown. Is their brown ale out in cans?
It is not.
I think they have the best brown ale.
That is the Sweet Salvation.
Yeah. That one, it's just, sorry, cameras. Brown ales don't get the love currently that they used to get back when craft beer was kind of a new thing. Mm-hmm. Their brown ale is on point. Like, seriously. Kind of like Eureka Heights ESB.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, dude.
Wicked awesome.
Yes. And then Sigma's Porter. Some of those English styles coming back and being so good. Mm-hmm. So good.
You know what you need to do is you need to go out to Valentin's.
Haven't been there yet, yeah.
They have an oatmeal stout.
Yeah.
His oatmeal stout is out of this world, and nobody makes an oatmeal stout anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, it's he's been brewing this home brewing for like I think 19 years is what he said.
Yeah.
He goes, man, I can make this in my sleep. It's so good.
I think the English styles are going to see a resurgence. I think they can't not with them being that good.
Right.
You don't think so? Maybe not commercially, but I'm saying like for me.
Yeah, it's like universal health care. I just don't see it happening. By the way, once again, I'm all in favor of universal health care. I just don't agree that it needs to be government fed. I mean, certainly I don't want our poor, our weak, our huddled masses out on the street.
That's what it is.
Not
That's
getting...
so you're okay with everybody having health care?
Oh, I think
if it's not government, it's just healthcare.
Right.
People get healthcare.
And to Tim's point earlier, he said it's not as easy as just Bernie Sanders saying, "Well, we'll just offer it." And at the same time, I don't believe it's as easy as saying get the government out of it and let the free market decide. That's not that easy. It's just not gonna. And that's the thing is it's not an easy problem. If it was, we wouldn't be talking about it.
Right. The affordable for all option. That's what
it can't happen.
I think.
Wait a minute. What was that?
The affordable for all. So that could mean free, that could mean
affordable for all.
Right.
I like that.
That won't happen.
See how we.
Well, okay. So you're taking like if charities are able to cover for people that can't afford for themselves.
It could. I mean, it either that or I actually don't have a problem with government funding it as much as Chad does, but
I hate it.
You're clearly libertarian, my friend.
Oh, very much so. Very much so.
Don't you run into the which government though?
That's
the Obama or the
that's
then
it's never going to work in America. It just isn't.
Yeah.
There's too much of a divide.
Yeah.
And I think that's where that's kind of the reason why we're in the situation that we're in, where I have to pay a fortune for my wife's health care, and I mean it's ridiculous. But it's I don't even anticipate that being even the cusp of what I'm going to have to pay next year.
Mm-hmm.
Like next year, I'm sure it'll increase by 20-25%. Because I mean, just looking at my company, for example, we just put it out for bid. 23% increase.
Oh yeah.
So I'm looking at that as okay. Well, if I'm going to take that same percentage of increase with what I currently pay for my wife, oh my gosh! I mean, we're talking about an enormous amount of money.
Yeah.
So
and you factor in inflation with everything else.
Absolutely.
I'm
30.
I'm going on this year once we renew. I'm going on actually a catastrophic policy just so I can afford to buy beer. That's
like an HSA or something.
It's like a no. It's not an HSA. It's like a co-op program that basically if I get cancer or I come down with I'm in a car accident and I'm vegetative state and I need long-term care or something like that.
It's like an Aflac type policy almost.
More or less, yeah. And it's because my wife, she's a school teacher, and through there, it's crazy for her and the kids. It's like I don't know, $300 a month. I jump on it, it goes up to $780 a month. It's like that's it.
They see you coming.
No, actually, what it is,
I'll look at his lifestyle.
No, what it is
it's documented on the radio.
It's not my lifestyle.
This guy's liver is going to be mush.
It's pickled. It is pickled.
Trust me. No, it has nothing to do with that, I think. But it does have a lot to do with the fact that the school system says, look, we want to cover you as an employee, and we're willing to cover your immediate dependents, but clearly your husband or wife, your spouse, has another job, right? And they can get coverage from their employer.
Yeah.
And that's what they want. They don't want to cover the whole family. And I'm not picking on Cy-Fair. I'm saying in general.
It's with every company.
Right. And it's a dollars equation. And I love what you said about being affordable. I mean, it doesn't have to be free. It doesn't have to be cheap, but it certainly can't be expensive. And because that's when you get into the whole argument of, well, healthcare is only for the rich. And I call bullshit on that whole thing. That is wrong, and I'm sorry.
Do you look at it as a right? I don't look at it as a right. It's never historically been a right.
It's not healthcare as a benefit is not a right. It's not an entitlement, but we as civil human beings need to make sure that people are cared for. Now, whether that's health care coverage and insurance, it goes to the whole, if you show up in an emergency room, you can't be turned away. Well, the reason for that is because we're decent people. We don't kick people out on the street. If you come in and if you got an artery that's bleeding and you're like, hey, I got a problem here, and in about 10 minutes I'm going to be dead. They don't say, well, what kind of insurance do you have? They don't do that. And, they immediately, they're like, oh, crap. And they take care of you and we'll figure it out later. But, yeah.
But it has to be life-threatening, though. That's the one thing.
It
is
does.
that so if you look at it from that standpoint, let's just say somebody does come in and they cannot afford it, and, the treatment is $250,000, right? So, a lot of times if you're in a hospital stay for more than a week, you're looking at about that.
Oh, yeah.
That you're going to have to pay. So if, let's just say you don't have coverage and you are treated, you can't pay it, obviously it goes on your credit, it kills your credit. And then let's just say something else happens in your life and you try to go back to the same one that's right there by your house or whatever the case may be. They can deny you if it's not life-threatening.
That is true.
So that's where it's, I don't necessarily see it as so much equal from that standpoint, because let's just say you're severely sick and you just cannot,
meningitis,
right,
bronchitis, and influenza,
something that may not
whatever.
be life-threatening, or you're going in and your stomach is just killing you. It may be appendicitis, it may be
ulcer,
anything, ulcers, anything, but you go in and they'll say, well, you really kind of have a past due obligation with us, we really can't assist you. Unless you're coming in with what you're talking about, hey, I'm bleeding everywhere, I'm about to die. That's true. They cannot turn you away, but at the same time, I just don't necessarily agree with, having to say, well, I'm going to turn somebody away, which something that could be life-threatening, but they have to make that call.
And that's where it comes back to, in my opinion, that it just needs to be affordable. And I've got 3 doctors in the family, and I have a wife who is a cancer survivor. So I went through it, and we know it was like $1.3 million in bills, which thank goodness we had insurance. And I don't look at that as a right or a privilege. I look at it as a gift. I was like, man, we were lucky to have that, but I don't think it should be a gift or a privilege. I think if you come down with cancer, I mean, we need to find a way to make sure people are able to be cared for. I mean, there's no reason for just because
they need to have a right to have coverage.
No, I know. Decent. No, this is where. Again, we get back to smaller government, and we say people caring for people in local communities and being decent human beings. Now, that might say, man, you sound like a bleeding heart liberal, Chad. No, I'm not a bleeding heart liberal. I am a Christian. I am a believer, and I also believe we care for each other. And whether it's through charities or whether it's through my own efforts, we need to help people out. But when you see people that just reach out for help and they are turned away everywhere they go, because of their inability to pay, that's the problem. It's not the problem isn't that they don't have insurance. The problem isn't that the government's not paying for it. The problem is they're being turned away. Right. And that's why I say we agree that is the problem, but the solution is the government stepping in and paying for it, or turning it over the free market and letting competition dictate. I don't think either one. I think you've already said the government can't do it, and they're not going to be able to Bernie Sanders' way. I've already said the free market isn't going to work.
Right.
So
it's hard to come up with a solution that meets in the middle. That's the biggest issue, is that you'll see somebody like Obama's coverage that he proposed. Granted, a lot of the teeth was stripped out of that throughout Congress before it actually went to pass, and I think everybody can agree with that. But once it actually went into place, I still don't necessarily see that as being the right option. But then, you look at what Trump is proposing, and it's like, okay, wait a second, hold on. You're wanting to basically say, give a big FU to
the Wild West
to quite a few people, and the privatized companies that are the healthcare companies can pretty much make their own rules.
And we're not going to get into the details on this one, but the numbers that are being thrown around, like 22 million are going to lose. It's not 22 million, folks.
It's still a very, very large number. And I think that's, even if it's not necessarily that number, it is still more than it should be.
And here's the fallacy with that argument that's being made by Republicans, is they're saying, well, compare that to the number of people who lost their health care coverage whenever you said, oh, you want to keep your doctor. We can't look and say, well, our solution is just as bad as that one,
Right.
and that's why we're justified.
Right.
And that's the problem. And if it had gone the other way, if Republicans got their way first, and I don't care if it's 22 million, 16 million, and I think the real number is somewhere around.
It's
six.
somewhere around.
It's
well,
like
I've
6.
seen it's like 9.3 or something like
all right.
that.
So we'll agree. We'll split the difference, 7.5 million. Okay, so 7.5 million people are going to lose their insurance if the Republicans get their way, and now the Democrats want to show it and bring Obamacare to the table. And this is if we were to reverse it. Obamacare comes to the table, and we say, okay, well, 7.5 million people will lose their doctor, even though we said we could keep their doctor, but that's okay because look what they did. It doesn't work. It doesn't. We can't. It's not a comparative argument. We need a good solution, and I really don't know what it is. But,
Right.
But I think we both agree that neither one of our political views and backings and sides has offered up the solution. Josh, where do you stand on all this?
I think everybody should get an HSA. Like government should say, "Here's your tax-free."
But your HSA should it expire each year?
I was just gonna say, as long as it rolls over,
Yeah.
as long as
not
it
an
rolls
FSA, an HSA.
Game on. I agree.
Flexible spending account. Those we have those at work. Those expire.
Right.
That's stupid.
It is. It's dumb. HSA, tax-free growth.
Yes.
I like the concept of Ben Carson, what he said as far as like you can transfer money through your family, kind of like your own, like your family's your own personal insurance.
So if you're healthy, but you want to take care of somebody else,
like your uncle smokes 4 packs a day, and you're like, if you don't quit smoking, we won't give you any money to cover your whatever, your emphysema stuff. I like that. In theory, I don't, it just requires people to save, and you have to let people save.
What we need more Joshes in the world, because you and I sit here and we're like, we don't know what to do. And then here comes Josh, like, just get an HSA. And
come on, man, run for public office. You already have a forum.
No.
You already have.
You know what I have? I have a limited amount of time.
Craft brewers will love you.
Will they?
Yeah, they will.
I don't like healthcare being tied to your work at all.
Agree.
I wish whatever it was tied to your work doesn't work. The costs at what they are right now don't work. They're too high. The stuff that when they charge $60 for an Advil at a hospital, that's crazy, right? I don't know. If
sitting in a waiting room for
my
thousands of dollars.
My sister started her brand new job as a pediatric oncologist this week in Indianapolis, and if she's listening right now, she's like, "What are you doing? Shut up!" So she's going nuts.
This conversation makes Caleb Wilson fall asleep. He's not a big political guy.
Oh,
Caleb, if I talked more about the head brewer, he just put a sleeping emoji.
Oh.
But if I talked about the head brewer, which I've talked about before, that movie will come out someday, Tim. Tim, thank you so much for being on the show today.
Thank you.
And Chad,
Appreciate
thanks for
it.
dropping by. This has been a fun little jaunt into the norm, but
thanks for taking my call.
You're welcome. All right, real quick, I got to say thank you to Charles Valhorn. I think I said it right.
Vallenrod.
Valront. Sorry, he's Charles from the Texas Craft Brewers Guild. He was on early and talking about the Texas Craft Brewers Festival coming up 9/30, September 30th in Austin. Chad, we're all going to be there. You gonna be there? We'll see.
Hold on. You keep talking.
He's got to check his calendar.
Hold on.
You got like a minute and a half.
All right,
But,
go. Just
anyway.
keep going. 9:30.
So 9:30. Check out their website and everything else. Tickets on sale now. VIP, I think they said already sold out. Right?
VIP is sold out.
Sold out. So come join us for the party. Check out, of course, Shade Texas Craft, ShadeTXCraft.com. It's Tim's blog about all things Texas craft beer. Great write-ups on all breweries that you know and love, and he's right down there on the Gulf Coast, always doing those hoppy happenings right here on the Liquid Lunch Facebook page.
New one coming soon.
New one coming tomorrow.
Right.
Kennedy gets his computer back, if I remember it. You coming?
Oh, it's actually a coin flip. My wife has something on the calendar, and I gotta just.
Chad won't be able to make it.
I gotta.
this year.
I'm negotiating.
Yeah, Chad won't be able to make it this year, but that's all right. That's
Man.
Yeah. All right.
I got a lot of things, a lot of ins, outs, what have yous. So.
We all do.
Yeah.
That's cool. He'll be there in spirit. And also a big thanks to Preston and the Grain Cellar helping to make this show possible today. Humble's premier homebrew shop. Lessons, classes, always free. He's a world of knowledge, that Preston. It's like a big brain on top of a brew kettle. That's what he is. Free hugs. Just go in and say, I love Liquid Lunch. He said the ladies get 2. He's a giving man. All right, Catherine from San Antonio, of course, here earlier. Kennedy. And you guys, thanks for being here, being part of the show. We love you all. We'll see you right here next Thursday for Liquid Lunch. Texas is live, midday, craft beer show. For Chad, for Tim, for Kennedy, for Catherine, I'm Josh Stewart. Thanks for listening to Liquid Lunch.
Production.